brief tutorial over the basics of using 3D Studio Max, the interface, and the screens we're going to be using. Right now you should have a quad view. You should have 4 viewports: top, left, front, and perspective. Perspective should be the only one that doesn't say wireframe. If you were to accidentally move one of these viewports and get the orthographic frame, just go back, click on the word, change it back to what you want to. If your perspective viewport says realistic, please change that to shaded. Otherwise, these desktop computers at the school are going to have trouble doing real-time shadows. Most of this is set up such that your right hand is on the mouse. The left, right, and mouse wheel buttons all do different things. And your left hand is on the keyboard, generally working with the Control, Shift, and Alt keys, which all also have different functions. Control Z is probably your best friend. That automatically undoes the last thing that you did. For now, I want you to click in the perspective viewport and hit Alt W. It's going to maximize that viewport. Hit Alt W again, it goes back. You can also go to Views, Viewport Configuration. You get a lot more options: regions, visual performance, background layout, etc. Okay, so maximize this viewport. We're going to do a lot of work over here in the Create tab. Looks like a little sun. You have Create, Modify, Hierarchy, Motion, Display, and Utilities. Then you have inside of the Create tab, Geometry, Shapes, Lights, Cameras, Helpers, Space Warps, and Systems. We're not going to use most of those. And then you also have drop downs. So under Geometry, Basic Shapes, you have Standard Primitives, Extended, Doors, Windows, Stairs, Preset Architectural things, stuff like that. To make something, you click on it. Then you have the option of a keyboard entry right here. Anytime you play a plus symbol, you can open and expand that rollout to get more options. Or you can just click and drag, left mouse button down, click and drag up, and click to release. Okay, in this case I have 5 length segments, 5 width segments, and 1 height segment. After you do any changes or make anything, it's generally a good idea to come up here to select objects so I can click on this without accidentally making a new box. If I were to go to modify, this is where I have the option of changing things. So I can change, for instance, the name. Call it my box, hit enter. I can in fact even change the color. I can go to custom colors, I can make this thing look whatever I want. And I can change these values on the segments. This gives me a specific number of vertex points to mess around with. Once I'm done with that, the most common things we're going to do are either select and move. So I can grab an axis bar and move it one direction only. I can grab and highlight the box and go in 2 directions. I can select and rotate. And again, Control Z is your best friend. And then I can select in uniform scale. I can make it smaller or bigger in just one direction or in all of them. Okay, my view cube preset look just at the sides, or I can left click hold. And if you're ever not quite sure what's wrong with your view, if you come up to the upper left corner of the view cube, you have this house, and you'll go back to your home screen. Now, if I hold the middle mouse button down, I can pan my view. If I roll it, I automatically zoom. Okay. Right mouse button brings up options for that object. Alright. Other common things we're going to do: tools, anything like that, modifiers, animation. We're going to use this tab a fair amount. Rendering. These are all on the top. You can also access most of these through the bars up here.